Okay, hello, welcome to the weather update. It is May 24th, 2021, and a nice cool day, but not outside my window. Let's start with this first. Yeah, I left all my windows open today. Only highs only in the mid 60s. Look how freaking hot it got in my place. 77 degrees. Had to put the air conditioner on. It's ridiculous. Shouldn't have to put the air conditioner on but this is the problem. The air outside my window isn't that cool. This was tonight, 8 o'clock. Still 66 when the actual air temperature is 59. Right now, look at how hot it is. Still, like 65 degrees. I mean, that's warm compared to the fact that it's actually in the mid 50s out there. So this alley outside is just it's so hot. This place is getting I just have to put the air conditioner on. It's ridiculous. It's just a waste of energy. It really is. I don't know what they were thinking when they weren't. Years ago when they built these old houses, they weren't thinking properly when they built things too close together and not enough ventilation. So let's look at the skies. We actually did have some sunshine today, and some nice blue skies and wispy clouds in the afternoon. We had a lot of clouds around earlier on, and then later in the afternoon, say 5 o'clock or so, really cleared out really nicely. We had these really pretty clouds that were around. You could see here. So really nice, pretty sky for us. But anyway, let's get started with this weather update. We have some thicker clouds, actually, that have moved in, oddly enough, and then there's a little clears. Basically what it is, we have a stalled front to the north to the southwest. We're in this nice, comfortable air, and you'll see, very comfortable out there. Let's look at the one-to-ground site, and you'll see, temperatures are in the mid-50s. It's like 10 degrees warmer in that damn alleyway. It's ridiculous. They need to put, like, a giant fan on the roof. I'm going to draw for you the problem that I have, all right? I don't actually have to draw it. Let me do that. I gotta find a place to draw this, if I can. Let's see if we can. Let me go to the MODIS satellite. Probably draw it on here. Got a nice dark background to show you. So first, let's look at the MODIS satellite, and you'll see here's that nice, cool air that has come on in and brought us this really nice weather. But if I take all this stuff out, I'll draw the issue that I have here. I'll just draw it on here to show you what the problem is. All right, this in red, whatever. So this is sort of like the gap in between the building, my building, and the one next to it. So all my windows basically face this alley here. It's closed in. The only ventilation is from the top. So it's closed off at both sides. So it just gets so warm because of it, and they need to put a giant fan on the roof to blow in there or something. I don't know, man. I don't know if anyone's ever lived in a place. It's very weird. It really is. One thing that reservation I had when I moved out of Westbury to here is I knew that it would get hot in the summer, and I just have to run the air conditioner even when I shouldn't have to. Yeah, you could see temperatures 58 at Carl Place. Very cool out there. So if you can get that cool air in your window, be glad you did. I got to run the air conditioner, and you can see highs were only in the mid 60s today. It didn't get near 70. It was actually warmer at midnight. That was the warmest temperature. You could see how it just dropped off all day long, and fairly uniform temperatures across the area. So I'm not going to go look at all the different weather stations with that strong southeasterly wind. It kind of kept things fairly uniform across the area, and you can see temperatures generally in the mid-50s pretty much everywhere. Mid to upper 50s everywhere. Suffolk County, it may be a little cooler out in Suffolk County, not surprisingly, but fairly cool everywhere. Like I said, I'm not going to go over all the stations. You can see maybe they're getting a little radiational cooling out there, maybe. We'll go ahead and look at this map, and you'll see again here the temperatures. And again, mid-50s pretty much everywhere. Jersey was cool too as well. You can look at Tom's River here. They're at 57. We've got the 3-day history. Let's see how warm they were today. 66. So they were only in the mid-60s as well, too, with the clouds. South, they had a little more clouds than we did, obviously being closer to that front than we are. So you can see, we can put the high temperatures in here, and you'll see how warm it got today here. But you'll see here, let's load this in here. Highs generally and this is misleading because this has the temperatures as of midnight, so that's why I'm not really using this to show you what's going on. too much. So let's go to the models now, and let's take a look at what we have coming. And we have this high that is giving us the nice weather, gives us one more cool day tomorrow, and then moves offshore. We get that return flow, and then gets warm and humid on Wednesday, and then here comes a cold front. It's probably overdone. Probably ain't going to be that much rain. Another high pressure builds in. But then we have this low that might actually give us a decent amount of rain Friday night to Saturday now it's showing. So we'll have to see what happens. We have, unfortunately, a wet Memorial Day weekend if this were to verify, but we do need the rain. But it would suck for Memorial Day weekend for people. But, so we are very dry. So let's go look at the temperatures here. I'll go to the HRRR to show you how things are going to respond. Let's go to the 0Z run. So as we are going to tomorrow, you'll see maybe a little tad warmer in Jersey, maybe above 70 there, but I think we'll be in the 60s again. But then it is Wednesday that we see these huge differences. Jersey, you're going to be in the 90 or better in Jersey. The North Shore of Nassau and Suffolk might get close to 80. Otherwise, upper 70s for the middle of the island, low to mid 70s on the South Shore. It's going to be a strong sea breeze on Wednesday. All right. And the humidity will come up a little bit. You'll see that here. So we have low humidity tomorrow, but then the humidity starts rising tomorrow night, and then we see that humidity it's going to be a little humid on Wednesday with 2 points into the mid 60s, but at least there'll fortunately be a good sea breeze to keep. You see those wind hours to keep us cooler. Keep us cooler. Thank God. Let's go to the GFS here, and we'll go along with the dew points. You see, here comes this front, but you see, it kind of gets hung up to the south. That's why I'm showing you the dew points. So we're going to be dealing with this stall front, and a low that might form along, which might bring us some rain on Saturday, and then another secondary low that might actually develop later on, which might actually give us a decent amount of rain. Not what you want to hear, obviously, for your Memorial Day weekend, but we do need the rain. It's been very, very dry. Obviously, the timing has to suck, but that's just Murphy's Law, isn't it? So you can see here's Wednesday on the GFS. Thursday, a little bit cooler, probably highs around 80, and then Friday, we're going to be on that boundary, so we'll probably be cool with the clouds around, and then same thing, very cool on Saturday. May only be in the 50s, maybe a really raw Saturday and Sunday too, so the whole weekend, the Memorial Day weekend, might be lost, and people may not be able to go to the South Shore in the East End and have their good time, but you know what, go to the middle of the island, support the middle of the island, support New York City. You just won't be able to be outside, unfortunately. That's what it's looking like right now. So let's look at the cloud forecast as well. So here's the cloud forecast. We'll be dealing with those high clouds tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday. Thursday, you might try to clear it out in the afternoon briefly, but then tons of clouds you see for the weekend with that stall front syndrome and lows that are forming along it that we're going to be dealing with. We will go ahead and look at the RGEM now. Let's go ahead and look at the RGEM for the sky here. So you can see we'll have some high clouds around tomorrow, but the RGEM looks like we might actually get a decent amount of blue sky tomorrow, maybe over Long Island. Hopefully we can, because after that it's going to be warmer and there are going to be more clouds around. And then here's Thursday. We also might have sunshine later on in the day, though it does look like it's developing some convection here later on. Let's go to the NAM. 18Z NAM as well. So the NAM probably not as clear for tomorrow. No, it's not. Has way more clouds. Plenty of clouds on Wednesday. Just not a nice looking sky like we had this afternoon. That's as far as the NAM has until Thursday. So we have to wait and have a better idea of what's going to happen on the weekend. Right now, it's just too early to tell, but the potential is there for some rain. If we go back to the GFS and look at the total accumulated precip, see, it's not very much. It's not very much at all with that cold front. You'd have to wait until that second system develops along the cold front overnight Friday into Saturday, where we could actually get, look at that, 2, maybe 3 inches of rain over the weekend, which would get us close to normal before the month is over, maybe. But it's been extremely dry, very dry. The pollen's been terrible. Your allergies have been terrible as a result. And as well as it's also a danger for an uncontrolled wildfire, which we don't want to see. So that's why we need the rain. It also is bad for our lakes as the water levels go down too, as people start drawing down on the aquifer as the warmer weather comes. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Hopefully we can get some of that rain for the weekend. I know it's going to ruin people's weekend, but, you know, we do need the rain. The timing is not great for a lot of people, but hey. So again, we're going to look at the HRRR, and here is the high resolution on the Ventus sky. And you can see here, one more cool day tomorrow, but then as you get into Wednesday, you'll notice the difference here. You can see this is noon, and you'll notice how hot it is in Jersey. Let's move this over to 2 p.m., and you'll see this is actually gets us well into the 80s. The HRRR is actually, what am I using there? It is still using the HRRR. Actually gets us more into the 80s. We may be more in the low to mid 80s on the North Shore in the middle of the island. So the tropical tidbits is a little misleading. So it's going to be a little brutal. South Shore will be the place to be, where it'll only be in the low 70s. The East End, of course, on your Wednesday. But if we move this along and you move this along to Thursday, you'll see Thursday there's not going to be a sea breeze. We got a northwest wind, so but it will be lower humidity and a little bit cooler. And if we move this along to Friday, this is using the GFS, and you'll see how much cooler it is. So we could really have a cool pattern for the weekend develop. And this may be the sign of a pattern change into a cooler, maybe wetter pattern, or at least wetter pattern. Because like I said, it's been very, very dry. So we really do need the rain. And like I said, there's not going to be... I can go back to tropical tidbits, and you can see here that it's just not going to be a lot of rain with this cold front. We look at this cold front, so I'm going to look at the NAM3. We can look at this cold front we'll look at the 18Z, and you'll see this cold front for Thursday. Nothing tomorrow, obviously, with dry. I meant Wednesday. Wednesday night, you can see here comes this front. It actually looks pretty impressive, but then look what happens when it gets to us. It's impressive, and then it hits that sea breeze and just falls apart, and we get nothing. So upstate, Connecticut, interior New England, they may get some rains, and maybe over parts of Jersey, but it doesn't look like that there's going to be that much rain for us. And I don't know if the HRRR is going to take us that far out. Let's see if the 0Z does take us that far out, so we can look at that front for Thursday. I meant for Wednesday night. So you can see it gets close. It's close, so we'll have to watch that front, and we'll have to see what it develops. But it's not gonna. It's gonna be a scattered type of thing. It's not. Maybe you'll get a quarter of an inch of rain. That's not nearly enough. It's like you're really thirsty, and somebody hands you this tiny cup of water. It's not gonna cut it. So we need more rain than that, and maybe we'll get some on the weekend. So that's gonna be it for this weather update. Take care, and thanks for watching.